Hello, Alonzo. Can you explain the BU to GU ratio? So we're basically talking about bittering units to gravity units, and this is a great way to scale recipes. Once you have this BU to GU ratio concept in your brain, it'll be a good way to scale up a recipe. So let's say, for argument's sake, if you have a beer that is a 1050 beer, so it has 50 gravity points and it has 25 IBU, okay? So it's basically 2-to-1 gravity to bitterness. If you want to scale that beer up and make a bigger beer with it, but you want to maintain the same balance, you're going to want to keep that BU to GU ratio the same. So if you want to make a beer twice as big and you want to make an 1100 beer, you would have to also double the bittering that goes into it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. That's kind of the big idea behind it. If you want to scale a beer down a little bit as well, just run the math. So what I'll do is, if there's a beer that's like a 1050 beer and I want to make it 10% smaller, I just take 10% off of each of those numbers, and I'm going to be able to keep the relative same balance. All right. That's the way I apply the bitterness to gravity ratio type thing. And sometimes I look at it, I use that too, where if I'm building, say I'm building a beer that's base malt, all base malt, and I want to have a similar balance to another beer, a new beer that I'm making, I can look at a beer that I've already made that I like the balance and that's similar, and I can take those two numbers and I can scale them, right? I can compare them. So that's one way that you can do that. With that said, though, and maybe a little note that's overkill, but if you're comparing two different recipes and one of those recipes has it's going to have more residual sweetness. So say you have an all base malt beer and you have a beer that's 10-15% crystal malt, and so it's going to have more residual sweetness in it. That BU to GU ratio might skew a little bit differently. You might have to add a little bit more bitterness to make up for the additional residual sugar in that beer that has the crystal malt in it. What else? Thank you, Alonzo. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.